So yesterday we have taken the basics of C language, that is what to mean by variable, what is constant, and then afterwards we move towards the keywords. Then after that we have seen the operators, what do you mean by operators, and then we have, I think, taken the what is the last point that we have taken? I think operators, huh? The relational operators. The relational operator that we have taken, the arithmetic operator we have taken, and the bitwise operator also we have taken. Okay, so depending on that topic that we have covered, actually we are taking some examples today. This example that we are going to take, it is very important, related to your placement point of view as well as your oral point of view. Okay, so let me share with you one of the IDE that we are going to use, and that IDE is known as the Sublime Text. Okay, that is known as Sublime Text. Actually, I will share the whole screen. Yes. Okay. So this is the actually IDE that we are going to use after this nano editor that we have taken yesterday. If you are doing if you are doing a programming for testing a small program, this IDE is very good. But again, if you want to do some more practice on the hands-on, then I prefer that for first 2 or 3 days actually go for that nano editor, just hands-on on the different Linux commands, and then you can move from that nano editor to this Sublime Text. Okay, so this Sublime Text is a very easy one. So it is very similar like your notepad. Here this is the notepad editor window where you can type your program, and this is the console window where you can get the output directly. And there these are different menu bar is there: file, edit, selection, find, view, go to, tools. Okay, out of these tools we require, and as this tool says that using the Sublime Text we can do a program for the different languages, like it support the C, C++, Java, Python. Okay, so and also new build system also we can do. So Ruby, R, Python, or the languages, most of the languages it supports. So that's why actually industry, so most of the peoples are using this type of the editor or the IDE. Okay, so let me tell you what is the use of it, then afterwards we will see. So that is the first program that we have taken. So hash include stdio.h, and then int main, then printf hello world. Okay, now I want to actually save it, so just press Ctrl S and it will the dialog box will be appear, and in the dialog box actually just type the file name that you want to give with the extension .c, and then afterwards you just need to go to the tools and you have to select the build system. Okay, so if you are doing a programming for C language, just select the build system as a C single file. Sorry. If you are doing for the C++, just select the C++. If you are doing for the Python, just select the Python here. Okay, so here we are doing a C programming, so that's why we have selected the C single file. Then after that, you can press directly build or build with. Okay, so build with means actually there are two options here. When you click on the build with, there you can have the two options. First one is C single file and the C single file run. So very first one is it means that your file is only compiled, your file is not running. Okay, second option means your file is compiled as well as your file is also running when you compile it. Okay, so just like your Control F9 in your Turbo C, Control F9, so it will compile also, it will run also. So when you actually select the build with C single file run, then it will compile in background and it will also run it. So you will get the output at the console itself. It's a very easier than using that nano editor, but again I prefer nano editor because anytime if you want to do a program where that Sublime Text is not having, you can actually do program at anywhere if you have only the console with you. Okay, so that's why that practice with the nano editor is a very important one. Sorry. Now the next one is the our first program that we are going to see for your placement point of view. And the very first program is, now I'm typing a program. You need to first tell me what is the output of the program. What, according to you, what is the output here? Just be fast, because in a 1.5 hour actually we have to take the lots of the practicals, last of the program that we have to cover. So if you have the idea that what is the output, then you can directly tell me, or you can insert your output in your chart window itself. Okay, so what is the output here? Printf %d and %c. Now I'm taking the program that you have never been seen here before this. Okay, because actually what happened when you do a traditional programming, we create a variable and then that variable we are giving as a for printf. But what happened if there is an only format specifier present in the printf, and if there is no variable is given, so what happened with it? Yes, Devika.
Sir, I don't think so. Any
Okay, Dipti.
number or anything will be printed. It
Your
will
voice,
print
your voice is not audible actually. Dipti, Nikita, can anybody tell me what is the output? Just you need to guess it.
Sir,
Anyway,
I think so. It will be percentage D, percentage C.
okay, it will be
The
print
output.
%d and %c. Yes. Yeah.
So will
Anyone?
it a
So
random
is
number?
it memory allocation for percentage D and percentage C?
Memory
Like a
allocation for %d. Okay. Any guesses? Actually, this guesses teaches you a lot. Okay. So if you don't think, actually, you are not able to actually learn the new things. You have to think first.
So will it print a random number in the number range integer?
Okay, it will print a random number. Yes. So correct answer is the Dipti has tell that it will print a random number. It will not print the percentage D, percentage C. It will print a random number. Why random? No, actually, it will generate a warning. But rather giving that warning, actually, it will perfectly run. But the output is actually what happen if you are providing any number 3,4. Okay, 3,4. Then what happen? 3 comma suppose a 3 comma a. So what happened here, the value of 3 is replaced here. Okay, and this a is replaced here. Okay, but here we are not providing any arguments here. So what happened if the argument is not provided? So printer will think that there is no argument. So what it is, this percentage d and percentage c, it is not printed directly. It is just a placeholder. It is just a placeholder where some value has to be printed, but here you are not giving any value. So that's why it will take any random number, or known as a garbage value. It will print a garbage value here, and the garbage character it will be printed. Just we will try to run it and let's check the output. First it will put the warning. Yes, the output is, you can see here, you can see here the output is -337270024. This is the any random number or garbage number. And what is the percentage t? So it is 0x08. Okay, so that is any character. It is a any character, garbage character, it is get printed. When I again run it, I think there will be the another numbers. Okay. Okay, so here, so that this is the common mistake actually the students are doing while typing their C language programs. Okay, they are not providing any value. Suppose if I'm providing any value, suppose 4 and the small a, then what happened here, if I'm running it, then it will give the perfect output as a 4 and a. So if you are not providing, it will not generate any type of error, but it will generate a warning. But warning doesn't mean that your program is not compiled. Your program compiled and you will get a garbage value. You will get a garbage value there. So got it? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you
So
have to remember it. The next program that I'm typing, just be with me. So here A, it is a very simple mathematic program. Just you need to tell me the value of A and value of B there. -3 minus of -3. Simple mathematic. Just calculate it. Yes, I'm printing here A is equal to %D and B is equal to %D. So can just guess what is the value of A and B.
Sir, A will be 0,
Yes,
B will be -6.
A will be 0 and B will be -6. Any other answers?
Same, sir.
Same, sir, same.
Same. Okay, so we'll check it. Actually, it is the correct answer. It is A is 0 and B is equal to -6. Yes, correct. So 3 minus 3 minus 3 is 0 and -3 of -3 because it becomes +3. Minus of -3 is become +3. So -3 minus +3. So it becomes -6. And here -3 minus -3. Okay, so it becomes 0. Okay, so same number subtracted from the same number. So it will become a 0. So got it? Okay. Now next one is the 3 into 4 modulus 5. So this is only to check that you have learned that precedence table or not. And I'm printing here A value only. Okay. Just tell me the output.
2, sir.
Hmm?
2.
Okay, the output is 2. Yeah, any other answer?
2, sir.
Any other answers? So how actually, which operator gets solved first? Tell me.
Multiplication.
Why multiplication?
Because
Because it is left to right, so first multiplication comes.
Because here actually, if you see the precedence table, multiplication and their
Comes.
modulus operator having the same priority.
Yeah.
If it is the same priority, then how it get resolved? By the
Left to right, sir.
Left
by
to right.
associativity. Okay, so associativity we have to take. Associativity tells that left to right. So it means that the leftmost operator is having the highest priority than the rightmost. So leftmost operator is your multiplication. So this is get solved. So it is 3 into 4 is 12. 12 modulo 5. So the answer is 2. Okay, so 12 divided by 5 and you will get a remainder as 2 here. Okay, so just check it again. The answer is I think 2. Okay, so correct answer. Now here I am giving some big expression. Okay, so this is the expression. I need to find out here the output. Because here lots of operators are there. Plus is there, minus is there, multiplication, division, modulo operator is there. So the output.
Sir, is it 0?
Is it 0? Yeah, any other answer? Have you solved it? Actually, you should ready with your pen and paper. Huh?
They're solving 7 minutes.
Yeah, solve.
Sir, is it 6, sir?
Yeah, actually, I need to calculate. Huh?
6 I'm getting.
Just prepare, just whatever the answer with you, just tell me and just
6, sir.
yes, 6.
Sir.
Okay, so okay, let's check it and I will tell you why this is 6. Answer is correct. Okay, so which operation solve first? This is not
Multiplication.
less priority, less
First it is negative, no?
less priority. Now this is the three operator is having the same priority. Out of the same priority, which one gets solved for? Leftmost operator.
Multiplication, yeah.
So 7
Leftmost.
multiplied by the 8, so it will get solved. After that, whatever the result came, it is get divided by 5. Okay, and then whatever the result here, it is again modulo 10. It will give the modulo 10. So whatever the result here you will get here, it is then which operation, plus operator solve first, and I think is 7 minus and
1.
7 minus
minus
1.
1.
7 minus 1.
7 minus 1. Okay. So anyone having the doubt how it gets solved?
So first we have to add and subtract, no?
No, because addition and subtraction is the having the least priority than the multiplication, division, and the modulus.
So what is that unary? When will you use that? Plus,
Yeah, there is
minus
no
unary.
unary operator here. Unary operator is not there.
Sir, how do we find out? Because unary also has plus and minus only.
Yes. Suppose, yeah, it is minus 7, then it is a unary operator.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Suppose if this one plus 3 is there, so it is a unary operator. But if the operator having the 2 operands, then you can say it is a binary operator.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So first one, solve 3 plus 4 minus now 7 multiplied by the 8. What is the answer? 56, I think. 56 divided by 5 modulus 10. Okay, so this is the first step. Second step is 3 plus
3 plus
4
4
minus
minus 11.
Divided by 5. Now integer
11.
by integer is integer, so you will get answer as
11.
11 and modulo 10. And then after that, again the next step that going to solve as a, again 3 plus 4 is not solved, minus is also not solved, but which one solved here? Modulo operator solved. So 11 modulus 10 is 1. Now next step is a is equal to 7
Minus
minus 1. Yes, and then after that a is equal to 6.
6.
So in this way actually you can solve it. Okay, don't be in hurry. So that is directly you can solving the 2 or 3 expression at the same time. Just go stepwise, you will get a perfect answer and the correct answer. Okay. Okay, so next one is again I'm modifying some operators, and just tell me the output here. Yes.
Zero, sir.
0. Okay. Sharanya. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Remaining. Sorry. Get the output.
So 0 I'm getting.
Yes. Let's check. So I think it is a semicolon is missing here. So wait. X, not X. Yeah, A should be there. Okay, so A is 0, correct answer. So which operation solve first? First minus 3. Because
Minus 3 plus
operator
4.
is
Minus
the
3
highest.
plus 4, later
Not,
minus
no. Minus 3. Then after minus 3, 7 into 8. Then after that, 8 in this result divided by 5. Then this result modulo 10. And then after that, minus 3 plus 4
Plus
minus 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the last step is I think this one. Minus 3 plus
Plus 4
4 minus
minus-
1, because we know the answer of this one is 1. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so it becomes, so here minus 3 plus 4. So unary operator has been already been solved. Now next one is plus, this plus and this minus has remaining. Now plus is having the higher priority because it is in a leftmost. So this is get solved first. Minus 3 plus 4 is 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, and 1 minus 1 last is 0. So answer is 0. So you must know that here, what are the actually steps to be followed? What is the having the highest priority, and if there are two same priority operation came into an expression, then what is the result that you need to check it here. Okay. Now here, suppose, okay, float a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 2 here, and there is one more integer variable, integer c, and here I'm doing c is equal to a modulo 10, a modulo b, and I'm printing the value of c here. Okay.
2.5, sir.
2.5, yes, 2.5. Yeah, actually it is a modulo operator, huh? It is not divide operator. Modulo operator.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Zero.
Yeah.
See, are you solving?
One.
Hmm? So 5 modulo 2.
One, no?
5 modulo 2,
Sir,
1. Yes.
One.
Okay. Move on. Remaining other answer?
0, 0.
Zero, sir.
0. Yeah, remainder is 0. 5 modulo 2.
No.
Hmm?
0, sir.
Okay, so should I tell the answer? The
Yes,
answer
yes,
is
sir.
the program is having the error. Okay, why error? Because modulo operator, there is a rule is that modulo operator you cannot operate on float variables.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you need to remember it. So explain, that's how I have taken it is a float variables, and if you are operating this modulo operator on float, it will generate a error. It will generate a error. Huh? There is a error. Huh? Error is generated. There is no warning. Error is generated. So invalid operands. It will show that invalid operands to binary expression float and float. So it should be integer and integer, or the character or character. Okay. So to check the answer, actually I need to compile here with the integer. So answer is 1. If
Yes.
I'm doing integer, then answer is 1. Okay, because 5 modulo 2, if you divide the 5 by 2, then your result is
1.
1. Yes. Okay, so integer x is there, x variable, and x is equal to 3 star 4 minus 7 raised to 8, and here we are printing x. Okay. So quickly tell the answer. So this type of question actually require only 5 to 10 seconds to get answer.
One, sir.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other?
So I'm getting negative value.
Negative value, yes.
-3 I'm getting, sir.
So first tell me what steps you have followed, which expression gets solved first.
Multiplication.
Multiplication.
What is this operation? Is it multiplication?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what is this one? Double star. What is 2 star? 2 star represents. So actually we have taken the different operators yesterday. does in that any operator list, does this double star is present?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So it generates an error. Simple. It generates an error. This is invalid. This double star actually is present in your Python. It is the raised to operator. It is 3 raised to 4. But it is in Python. In C language doesn't support the double star. Huh? So remember. So what is the moral of the story? Directly don't go for the solution.
Solution.
First see, is it any error or any syntax? First to look for the syntax error. Second, look for any keyword error. Then look for the valid syntax, valid symbols is present in our program is not. Then after that go for the solution. Or otherwise actually your time get wasted. Okay, so tell me what is the
It's bitwise exclusive or
yes, bitwise correct.
15, sir.
7 and should be set 7 XOR with 8. 7 XOR with 8. 7 means 0, 1, 1,
0, 1, 1, 1,
and 8 means 1,
1, 0, 0, 0.
So it means the result is all ones. 1, 1,
All
1.
one, sir. 15.
15. So it is 15. Yes, I think correct answer. Answer is correct. Okay, so everyone getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
0, 1, 1, 1 XOR with 1, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so and if you know the actually bitwise operation, XOR operation truth table, then you can easily get the answer. Okay. Now the next one is it is 3 lakh multiply by the 3 lakh divided by the 3 lakh. 3 lakh multiply by the 3 lakh divided by the 3 lakh.
Three lakhs, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I think
Yes.
3 lakh.
3 lakhs, sir.
Any
Sorry.
other answer? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Error, sir.
Error. Okay. So which error?
Because
range,
the int has only range is more.
Only
Yes. Yes. Observation. Yeah. Okay. So it depends on the observation. Actually, the answer is not. The answer is actually anyone. There is random number. Okay. So why? Because firstly, which operation gets solved? 3 lakh multiply by the 3 lakh. And if you are multiplying the 3 lakh multiply 3 lakh, I think it is 9. And on the 9, there are total 10 zeros are there. Okay, 10 zeros. And it is overflow with your integer value, integer maximum value. It is 214. I think that I have shown yesterday. Okay.
yes.
So if it is overflow, so actually it again become a negative value. Okay, I also shown that example yesterday.
Yes.
So it again goes from positive to negative, that number line, and any that number, I don't know that what is that number, and divided by again 3 lakh, actually it will generate any random number. Okay, so that garbage value, garbage number, it just get printed. Okay, so if this type of the example it comes, then again think about the range. Okay. Okay, so one more interesting one. Just
Sir, excuse me,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Sir, in exam, if they ask the question like this, we have to exactly solve and write, or we can choose the garbage value as the answer.
No, actually in the options, in the option actually, this type of question only appear for the OMCQs base, and answers in the MCQ is garbage value or any value that it is given, that is 3 lakh value, any predictable value. 3 lakh, first option is 3 lakh, second option is error, third option is garbage value, and fourth option is none of the above.
Okay, sir.
So this -4, 7, no need to calculate it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So here b is equal to 3 and here a is equal to b divided by 2 plus b multiply by the 8 divided by b minus b plus a divided by 3. Now solve it carefully. First note down carefully and I'm separating out to make it readable. Okay. Now solve it and you need to find out the value of a here. Yes, got the answer.
So 7.5.
7.5, yes. Remaining one might be 2, huh? I don't know. So which operations? 7.7.5.
7.5.
Okay. Okay. So we'll first check the answer. It is it should be percentage F. Huh? Just I need to some correct my program percentage F. Okay, 6.5. You tell the answer 7.5, no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. 6.5, sir.
6.5 is the answer. Okay, so how it comes actually we will see. So first a is equal to which operation solve first? This b divided by 2.
B/2.
So b divided by 2 is 1.
1.
1 plus, okay, so remaining I am not writing. Next one is a is equal to 1 plus. Then next one is multiplication solve first. So it is 24.
24.
Okay, divided by remaining one. Okay, next one is a is equal to 1 plus 24. Now next one is
24 by 3.
8, sir.
this is
8.
get solved first, then divide by 3. 24
Yes.
divided by 3 is 8.
8. Yes.
Okay, and then again a is equal to 1 plus
1.5 by
now 8. Now minus
minus
b
3
plus
plus
a divided by 3 solve. Okay,
0.5, sir.
a divided by 3. So 1.5 divided by 3 is 0.5.
0.5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then now a is equal to 1
1.
plus 8. Now which gets solved? Now
1
here
plus 8.
all are plus and minus. All are
Left
plus
to
and
right, sir.
minus.
Left to right.
Both is having the same priority, so that's why it is get solved leftmost operator. So 9
9 minus 3 plus
minus
0.
b plus 0.5. Okay, 0.5. And then after that a is equal to 9 minus b is 6.
6 plus 0.5.
Plus 0.5, so that is 6.5. So got the answer?
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah, sir.
if you are going for the stepwise now and it is correct stepwise, then you will get perfectly correct answer. Okay, so one more again question. I'm taking only question that is having some meaning, a comma b. Okay, and a is equal to 5.99999 and b is equal to 5.0000. 5, 0 and 1. Okay. And printing value of A and B only. Percentage D comma B is equal to percentage D A comma B.
So 5 and 5 will be the answer, no? Because it is floating numbers have
Yeah,
been
it is.
assigned to.
Yes, floating number, but it is 5.99999 and it is 5.00001. So correct answer is
5 and 5.
5, 5. Okay, one of the answer in MCQ is 6,
5 and 5, sir.
5, 5. Okay, so just check it. So the answer is 5, 5. Okay, the answer is 5, 5. Okay, why? Because actually when there is a conversion from float number to integer, actually all the fractional part get converted. It is not round up. It is not round up. It is only, it discard whatever the your fractional part, and only the integer part get assigned to the integer variable.
Sir,
Yes.
if it is float A comma B, then same value will get output, no sir?
Value will get. Yes, you'll get same value. Okay, because there is no conversion now. Float value and you are storing float numbers there. No conversion takes place. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now again, a very interesting question. NN space /n /n, then NN /n, and then NN /n /n space NN /n /n. So actually this is the editor and you can directly see the output. You can directly see the output here, because /n is the your, what is this /n? Forward
Next
slash.
line, sir.
Forward slash is your new
Next
line.
line.
Next line. The next line.
Okay, so new line character is in a different color here. So you easily get the answer NN, and after that 2 enter, NNN, and then 1 enter, and then NN /n space NN /n. Now this /n, this backwards backslash. Okay, so this is not the new line character. This is printed as it is. This is printed as it is. You can see here. This is printed as it is here. Then after that, last one is /n. Got it? So don't confuse between this forward /n and the backward /n. Sorry. Okay, so one more question. Integer two variables is there. Integer q is equal to 2, and now d is equal to 3, and one st variable is there, and the st can be calculated as, now just q into d divided by 4 minus 12 divided by 12 plus 12 divided by 3 multiply 16 divided by d, and just print st. Start solving this problem.
Six/4 is 1. 1
21.
minus 21, sir.
21. Sir.
21. Okay. So if everyone is getting 21, might be it is correct answer, but let me check it. Build. Answer is 21. So correct. So your path is correct and you are following the correct path. Okay. So Q into D. Then after that, this this division. Then after that, this one 12 divided by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1. And then after that, 12 divided by 3. And then whatever the result is multiplied by 16. And whatever the result is divided by 8. And then after that, this minus, and then this plus. Okay, so this, in this way actually all the operation get solved here. Okay, the answer is correct. Okay, so one more again thing. A is equal to 4 and one integer I is equal to 2, and you need to print it here. Print percentage F, then percentage D, and then here I divided by A, comma I divided by A, I divided by A, and I divided by A, and again printf percent D, comma percent F slash n, comma A divided by I, comma A divided by I.
So for the float thing, it will be 0.5 comma 0.
First one.
Yeah,
For that.
5, 0.
0.
Yeah, 0.5 comma 0.
Yes.
Next one is 2, 2.
Next,
2, 2.
yeah, 2 comma 2.
2, comma 2.
2.
Okay, so let's check the answer. I think it is correct. 0.5, and here there is a one problem with this I modulus I divided by A, and again there is a problem with the A divided by I. Now this thing I need to point out here. So you are given the correct answer 0.5 and this is 2. It is correct, but why there is an error here? I modulus A and A modulus I. Why this is the error here? So what is I? I is an integer, and if you are dividing integer by float, then what is the answer? Is it integer or float? If you are dividing integer divided by float, what is the answer? Is it integer or float?
Float, sir.
Yeah, it is float. Okay, so it means that you are generating here the float answer. Okay, but is it a float answer and you are printing with the integer one? Okay, if it is printing with the integer, actually there is a conversion problem is there. Now this value, while converting from float to integer, if it is variable, if it is float variable, it is perfectly fine. But while doing the expression, while calculating the expression, and if the result is float and that result you are printing as an integer, then it will give the garbage result. It will give the garbage result. Okay, this thing has to be actually when you run this program on your Turbo C, you will get the result that you have calculated. But in case of GCC, this is the problem. In case of GCC will tell that while calculating the expression, if the result is float, then there is a problem for conversion from float to integer. You cannot, it should be printed as a float here. Just check your answer with the float, and okay, so your answer is correct here. But if you are trying to do here %d, then expression conversion, expression, it is not explicitly converted. Float is not explicitly converted to integer. So if you want to convert explicitly, then now if I'm building, it will give the error and it will give the wrong answer here. So if I want the correct answer, then you should explicitly convert it. Okay, what you need to do, you have to explicitly convert. So if your explicitly conversion is there, then you will get a it should be integer. Okay, I divided by a. Okay, so there's a problem with the conversion. Explicitly conversion also not takes place here. Explicitly conversion also not place. So it is, I think, from trying to convert in an integer. Here also it not works.
Should we put whole bracket or something? Then it will.
Yeah, it works here. Okay, here it works, but if I'm trying to do here, then %d. Yeah, this is the problem. Okay, so problem is warning specifies the type integer, but the argument has a type of float. This is float, and it should be, instead of %d, it should be %f. But this is the warning. Okay, this is the warning. But if you are converting that float number, if you are trying to print the float number into the integer, actually that memory reading, like an integer number, but it is stored in your IEEE float format. So that's why it will give the error. But here it will actually, but why this is the problem? Because this is the 0 point something. If it is 0 point something, if it is, I think, 6.4, then I think it is correct one. It will give the another one is the upper one is always give the error.
Sir, so does
integer
this
divided.
answer change with respect to the compiler we are
Compiler,
using?
it is compiler specific. It is compiler specific. Whatever the answer you told now first, that is very correct in your Turbo C compiler. It is Turbo C compiler, it is very correct. But in GCC actually there is a problem. So that's why you must use the different compiler for the same program. So in a MCQ actually it is explicitly given that in a GCC, if it is a compiler specific problem, now it is explicitly given. In a Turbo C, consider the Turbo C and what is the output of the following program, or consider a GCC and what is the output of the following program. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So always remember that here integer divided by float, integer divided by float, and if you are printing as an integer, it is always give the wrong answer, that is your garbage value. But if you are giving float divided by integer, and if you are explicitly converting into the integer, it is perfectly give the output. Okay, so float divided by integer give the output, but integer divided by float doesn't give the output. So this is the point to be remembered here in this program. Okay, one more thing I need to specify here.
So
Yes,
conversion from float to integer will give output, but integer to float will not give. No?
integer to float will not give the output in a GCC. In GCC, in Turbo C it is fine, it will give the output. Okay, so
Sir, explicit is from float to integer, no, sir?
explicitly float to integer, yes. At numerator there should be float.
Okay.
Now tell me the output, very simple one. A divided by 10, 10 divided by 5. And you need to here, or simply, okay, what I'm doing here, 3. 10 modulo 3.
1, sir.
Yes, correct, very correct. Okay. So this answer is correct, 1. But what happened if there is a minus 3?
Error, sir.
No, there is no error. You will get answer.
-1.
So negative value, that's it.
Negative
That's the
value.
difference.
Sir,
Just check it out. It is a positive value.
it's 1 only, sir.
1 only, yes. And if minus 10 by 3, then what is the answer?
Now it is 1, sir. I mean -1.
-1.
Minus 1, sir. So
-1.
how to remember it? Okay, there is one formula. Okay, if you are using a modulo operator, so just first remove this, whatever the symbol is there, just do your normal division, just get the reminder. Now what about the its symbol? Is it minus or is it plus? Okay, when you should take minus, when you should take plus. So always remember that it will always take, in case of your modulo operator, it will always take the result sign as a sign of the numerator. Is always take the sign of the numerator. If your numerator is negative, the result is negative. If your numerator is positive and whatever your denominator is there, it will again take, it is always take the sign or your sign of your numerator. Numerator sign is here positive. So just do 10 divided by 3 and remainder is 1. Your answer is 1. So this is the point to be remembered here. Got it? Got it? So if this type of the question comes now, so you should remember this. Always see the what is the sign of the numerator. If the sign of numerator is negative, your answer is negative. Sign of numerator is positive, whatever the denominator is there. Sign of the numerator is positive, the answer is always positive.
Sir, this is only for modulus.
Modulus, it is only for modulus. Okay. So we can check it with this value. Okay. Modulo 3. Okay. Positive, positive. Okay. First, next one is percentage D slash n, comma, numerator is positive, denominator is negative. Third combination can be %D slash n, numerator is negative and denominator is positive. This is the third combination. And the fifth combination is numerator is negative and the denominator is also negative. So tell me output.
It
Pause.
is 1, 1,
1,
minus
1,
1,
minus 1, minus 1.
Yes, correct. 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. Okay, so 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. Minus 10 divided by minus 3. So it is minus 3. It is giving the minus 3. It is giving minus 3. How it comes actually, I don't know. Minus 3, it is divide na. So modulo. It should be modulo. I place it there, divide. Okay, so 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. Correct answer. Okay. If I'm instead of this, if I'm giving division, then what is the answer?
3 minus 3 minus 3. I guess.
3 minus 3 minus 3. No.
3
Minus 3
3
minus 3. 3, sir.
3
minus
minus 3 minus 3 3.
3.
Last one is 3 because both, if the both sign of the numerator and denominator is same, then it is cancel out. Minus minus cancelled, and it simply becomes 10 divided by 3. Okay, so answer of 10 divided by 3 and minus 3 divided by minus 3 is same, and the remaining is minus 3 minus 3. Got it? Okay, so one more thing, integer a is equal to minus 3. Okay, and oh no, a is equal to 3 and integer b is equal to this one, and I'm printing the %d / n comma b. Okay, now what is this operator?
Negation.
Yeah, negation means it is a ones complement operator.
Not.
So it will be 12, sir.
It is 12. Yeah, how come?
Because
Three
when you
in binary.
negate it, it will become 1100.
1 1
1100. So 12.
Okay, so 3 means 3 is equal to suppose 0 0
0011.
1 1. Okay, so what is negation of 3?
1100 is 12.
Negation of 3 is equal to 1 1
00.
0. What about the remaining one? You are considered here, you have considered only how many bits? Only 4 bits you have considered. So what about the remaining? It is an integer, na? It is integer.
7 bits.
Integer. What is the size of integer?
Bits.
Size of integer is 4 byte. So if the size of integer is 4 byte, then how many zeros are there in front of it?
30.
30 zeros are there. Okay, so this 3 becomes 3 is equal to 30 zeros. Okay, so I am writing here simple 30 zeros, and the last 4 bit is 0011. Okay, and what about the negation of 3 then?
111.
31s
Last 00.
and last 00. Okay, so what is this number?
It's a huge number, sir.
Yeah, it is a huge number. So anyone know the answer? Anyone know answer? If I'm running this program now, if I'm running this program, your answer is I think -4. Yes, -4 is the answer. Okay, how come? How it is -4? How the answer is -4? Because
Per line.
you can see here the very first one, first number. Now it is a by default sign integer. Okay, so that sign and unsigned modifier we have seen yesterday. Here the first bit is 1 and here first bit is 0. First bit is 0 means it is a positive number, so it means you can directly read it out. Okay, you can directly read out. But if the first bit is 1, it means that it is a negative number. If the first bit is 1 of your binary representation, it means that this number is not a positive number, this number is a negative number. Now if this is a negative number, what is this negative number? How to find out? Is it this is the negative number? So how to find out that this is the, what is this number? Anyone know? Anyone know that how to represent the negative number in our digital electronics? Have you done that practicals? Binary subtraction, 4-bit subtractor. Subtractor, have you implemented? If you are getting the answer is in negative, and how to get the correct answer? So digital electronics. So remember that here to negative number is always represented in its 2's complement format. So how that negative number will represent in its 2's complement format. So if it is 2's complement format, mean now if this is a negative number, this is the 2's complement format of that number. This is a 2's complement of format. Now what is the actual number? What is the actual number? If you get the actual number, you have to take the 2's complement of this number. To get the original number, again take 2's complement. In a subtractor also, actually, to get the original number, original result, whatever the result you get, you have to take the 2's complement. So how to get the 2's complement? Anyone know how to get 2's complement of the number?
Take 1's complement and
First,
add 1.
okay, first take 1's complement. So 1's complement of this number is
3 again.
Only
1
the
1
last
1 1.
two numbers will be
All
1
ones
1.
become 0. Okay, so all 1
3
become,
sir.
and the last one is 1 1. Okay, now this is the 1's complement. This is 1's complement. This is 1's complement, and the number is 0 0, all zeros, and the last is 1 1. Okay, now to get the 2's complement number, again, how to get 2's complement?
This one.
Add 1.
Complement number, you have to add 1 here. So last bit is added with the 1. Okay, so if you are adding the last bit as a 1, then it becomes, I think, only all zeros, and the last is 1 plus, this 1 is as it is, 1 plus 1. Oh no, 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1, 1 plus 1 0 with carry 1. So it is 1 0 0.
0.
So it is 1 0 0, and if you are converting this number binary decimal, then it is 4.
4.
But we know that this is the 2's complement of that number. So that number is a negative number. So the answer is minus 4. So getting the answer, how actually that number, how actually that
Repeat once, sir. Repeat it once, sir.
Okay, so just we'll take one more example. Suppose it is 6, not 6, suppose 5 is there, and you need to calculate the 2's complement number of that number. No, you need to here complement it, and your complemented value you have stored in B here. Okay, so what is this complement of A? What is complement of A? Clear. Okay, so what is complement of 5? Complement of 5 is equal to the first 5 is equal to 0, lots of zeros, and the last one is 1 0 1. Okay, and what is complement of 5? The complement of 5 is lots of ones, and the last one is 0 1 0. The last one is 0 1 0. Okay, so but this last bit, if you see the last bit of this number, actually this last bit of the number or MSB bit of the number is the 1. It means that this number is not a simple number. It is not a simple positive number. It is a negative number, and we must know that here negative number is always stored in its 2's complement format. So this is the 2's complement format of that number. Okay, 2's complement format of the negative number. So to get what is my original number, you have to take the again 2's complement of this number. Okay, so take the 2's complement of the number. So 1's complement is 0 0, lots of 0, and then last one is 1 0 1. And to get the 2's complement number, you have to add it.
Add 1.
Last bit is added with 1, so it becomes, the last becomes, I think
0 1 1 0.
1 1
1 0 1 1 0.
1 0.
Okay, it is 1 1 0, and 1 1 0 if you convert into the
6.
your binary
Minus 6.
to decimal, then it becomes minus 6. Okay, so checking the answer. So it should be -6. So no need to calculate. So here I am giving you the formula here. If this type of question appear in your exam, then what you need to do here? First, what is the number, and directly complement, and that complement value gets stored into another variable. It is always get the negative of this and +1. Okay, so +1 means -6. 5 + 1 6, and it is -6. Okay, so this is the actually no need to solve it. 5 + 1 because it is a complemented and added 1. So 5 + 1 6, and it is -6. So no need to again go into that all the calculations. Directly you can get the answer. Okay. So now B, what is B? What is B here? Negation of A + 1.
So -5.
-5, sir.
-6
minus
plus
five.
-6 + 1, that is -5. Okay, so no need to confuse it. Directly we can get the answer here. Okay, so now again one more thing I need to share. Suppose A is equal to 6 and B is also equal to 6. So what is A XOR B? A XOR B.
0.
So have you solved it? Have you solved it?
Yeah, it's 0.
Yeah,
0, sir.
it is
0, sir.
6 means 110 XOR with 110.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually again there is again one formula. If both number, if the two operands are there for the XOR operation and both operand having the same value, the result is always going to 0. No need to convert into the binary and do that XOR operation. Directly you can tell the answer. Now if this type of the question is there 6 8, then you need to solve it. Okay, so in your some MNC actually this type of question comes 365 and 768, or simply or 2346 and 2356. Okay, and A XOR B. So if you don't know, that formula, if you don't know that formula actually, what one is doing, they are converting this 2356 in binary, and then it is getting XOR, and it will take some time. It will take at least 1 minute. But if you know this formula, if both are same, then the result is 0 directly. Okay, so this shortcut method actually you should know here. Okay, and one more thing, suppose there is a 9 is there, and suppose this is 1, and here or A or B.
Same number, sir. 9.
Same number.
9.
Yes, 9. Yes, correct.
9.
The answer is 9. Okay, because the last bit, just check it out. 1 means 1001. It is or with 0001. Okay, so last bit is 1 or 1. Okay, so there is no change in the program. But if it is 2, then
$11.
yeah, it is 11. Okay. And again, suppose this is 3 and this is 4. And if it is AND operation, then 3 and 4. Now 3 means
12.
0 1 1,
0.
and here 4 means
0, sir.
1 0 0.
1 0 0.
So what is the answer? The answer is
0.
yeah, the answer is 0, because here you can see here the bit pattern 1 and 0 is 0, 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 1 is 0.
0, sir.
Okay. So what is bitwise operators? Yes, you need to again some
Yes,
is on
sir.
the bitwise operator itself. And again that I think it is remaining the example we have already taken. Now you directly tell me the answer. Don't solve, directly tell me the answer. Because formula I already
12, sir.
12,
12.
12 or 6.
6, sir.
Yeah, it is if it is left shifted by 1, the number get double. Okay, this is the formula that I have given.
Oh, sorry, 6, 6, 6, correct, sir.
Okay, so the multiply by 2, 6. Okay, and then 3.
6, 6.
And if I'm moving 2 bits, then
12, sir.
yeah, first 3 multiply
12.
by 2, 6. 6 multiply by 2, 12. This
12.
time the calculation you need to do. Now here 3 multiply by the 2, 6. 6 multiply by the 2, 12. 12 multiply by the 2 is 24.
24.
So what, sir? Repeat again.
The formula is if I am left shifting my number, binary number by 1, then it is multiply by 1.
Yes, sir. Multiplied by
1 bit.
2.
1 bit left shift multiply by 1. So the answer is here 6. Now if it is left shifted by 2, then 2 bits. It means the first one shift by 1, left shift by 1 bit, so it becomes 6. Again left shift by 1 bit, then it becomes 6 multiplied by 2, that is 12. If again 3, then 3 multiplied by the 2, 6. 6 multiplied by the 2, 12. 12 multiplied by the 2 is 24. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And suppose if it is 16 right shifted by 1, then
32.
sorry,
No. 8, sir.
8, sir.
8, sir.
8 or
right
8.
shifted by 1 means 8 divided by 2. Right
Divided by 2.
by 2. Always remember here. If any number is there and if you are right shifted by 1, it is always divided by 2. And if right shifted by 2, this then
8 divided by 2 again. 4, sir.
16 divided by 2,
4.
8 divided by
8
2
divided
4.
4.
8 divided by 2 is again 4. The answer is 4. Again 3, then the answer is 2.
2.
Okay. Again 4, then
Become
1.
1. And 5, then
0.
I think.
becomes 1 only.
0.
Negative.
Not negative number, 0, because there is all the bits get removed. Okay, and the remaining are 0, 0. Okay. So just you have to remember this concept, whatever the formula that I have given. These are the tested formulas, and using this formula actually I cracked my GATE examination. Okay. So I think I have any doubt you have in your study.
Okay, sir.
Sir, that increment and decrement, that also will solve, sir.
Yes. A is equal to 5 and integer b is equal to plus a comma b.
6, sir.
No, sir. 5, 5.
5, 5 or 6, 6.
6,
That is a free
6.
increment. Free increment means
No.
line.
5, 6, sir.
6, 6, sir.
Okay. So let me finish.
Yeah, 6, 6, sir.
Yes. It is a pre-increment, so that's why a value get incremented first, then
6,
it is applied to b.
6, sir.
So your answer is 6, 6. Okay, but
First and then first time value.
if it is expression is b equal to a plus plus, then
Then it is 5,
5,
6.
6.
5, 6.
a is equal to 6 and b is equal to 5. A equal to 5, huh? A is equal to 6.
A is equal to 5, B is equal to
No, A
No,
is
B is
equal to
equal
6.
to 5.
B is
A
equal
is
to
equal
5.
to 5, B is equal to 6, sir.
Yes, A is equal to 6 and B
6.
equal
B
to
is
5.
equal to 5.
Yeah.
Because here, what happened here? The value of A is
Gets assigned to.
assigned to B here. So what is the value of A? B, 5. So 5 get assigned. So B is equal to 5. And then after that, after solving it, the value of A get incremented. So 5 becomes 6. So A is 6 and B is 5. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Same for the decrement. So answer is
Of
5.
5, 4.
A is
B is
4,
5.
sir.
A is,
B is
A is
5.
4, B is
A
5.
is 4, B is 5.
A is 4,
A
B is
is
5.
4 and B is 5. Yes, correct. A 4 and B 5. And if it is pre-decrement, then
Then 4, 4, sir.
A is 4, B is 4.
yes, A is 4, B is 4. Now
4 plus 5. B is 9, sir.
4
B,
plus 5.
B
5.
is 9.
4 plus
4 plus
4 plus 9 is
10. 10. Is it 10?
what is A? A, just tell me.
A is
So 4
4
plus
plus
6,
6.
no,
10.
sir.
A is 10, sir.
A is 10.
10, sir.
B is 10.
4 plus 6, sir. 10. B is 10.
A is
B is
5.
10. A is 5, I guess.
A is 5 and B is 9.
How is B 9?
Sir, how A is 5, sir?
Hmm?
How A is 5?
Because A is decremented one time and incremented one time. So 5 becomes 4. And
Okay,
4
so A won't be added. Only B will be added.
Yeah.
so this whatever the value here and whatever the
5
value
plus
here,
4.
it
Okay.
is get added here. So here the value is 4 and here value is 5. So 4 plus 5 9. So B becomes 9. So B is equal to 9. So here 4 and the value of A is 4. Okay. Now next one is plus plus A. So value of A becomes 5 and here it is 5.
Okay.
So 4 plus 5 9 and value of A is 5. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Yes.
6 plus
6 plus 6, sir.
plus 6.
What is the type?
12.
Sir, A is 6.
Now tell me, first tell me, what is the type of this operator? Pre or post?
Post increment.
What
Post
is the
increment.
post?
Later.
First the value is assigned,
After
later
assigning to B, then it will get incremented.
Yes, it is get assigned.
7 and
It is get decremented.
10 and
Incremented.
10 and
7
6, sir. B is
A is 7, sir. B is
The A is definitely 7 because A is incremented 2 times. So A is definitely 7. Okay. But what about B? Here value of B is
first, it will be first A plus plus, that is 5.
5.
Then 1 is incremented, that will be added. So 5 plus 6, it
So
will be 11.
shouldn't it be 5 plus 5, sir?
yes, sir.
Yeah, even I thought.
it is 5
No,
plus
take
5
the
or 5
previous
plus
value.
6. It
5
is
plus
post,
5.
na?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have not actually seen my PPT then. Precedence table. Are you able to see here? What is the associativity? If plus plus operator comes 2 times, then what is the associativity?
Right to
Right
left.
to left.
Okay, right to left. Okay, we'll move towards this one. Okay. Now right to left means actually the rightmost operator is having the highest priority. Okay. So here, what happened here? A plus plus, but it is post increment. So the value is applies here, but after value applying, the value of A becomes 6. Got it? Value is applied here, then value of A becomes 6. Okay. Now next one is solve this A plus plus, because this binary operator plus is solved after the unary operator. Now what is this operator again? This again post operator. So what the post
Just
operator?
increment.
Operate the value
6 only.
and increment it. Operate the value and increment it. So operate it and increment it. Okay. So B is equal to 6 plus 5, that is 11. And what about A? A is 7.
Sir, I didn't understand.
Yes, sir. It is confusing.
Yeah, it is more confusing, most confusing part. Okay. So A plus plus. Okay. So just look at here precedence table, which is having now which operator in our expression? Plus operator. Okay. And the 2 plus plus operator. Which is having the highest priority, tell me.
Plus plus, sir.
But there are 2 plus plus operator.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if there are 2 plus plus operator, which is get solved first?
Right one.
Decided by the associativity. So rightmost operator solve first. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
After plus plus, then this binary plus will get solved. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Next one. So it means that now these two, out of these two expression, which expression gets solved? Rightmost.
Oh.
Okay. Now what the post increment tells us? Post increment tells that first apply the value. In our expression, we have to apply the value.
Yeah.
What is the value of it?
First, it is assigned to B, which means it should be 5 there, and A will become 6.
So B, actually this 5 is not assigned to A because it is an expression.
Okay.
So whatever this A plus plus is replaced by the previous value of A, that is 5,
5.
and
And
it
it will
becomes 6. Got it? Now next one is, now which expression solve next? This one.
That one.
This is again same post increment. Post increment is
Now,
that
A is 6, so there we will get 6, and A will get incremented to 7.
7. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now clear. Now
Yes, sir.
which operation solve? Plus operator. 6 plus 5, 11.
11.
So B becomes 11.
11.
7. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Get it?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, the value which we write there, no, sir, in B expression, that should be the value of B, no, sir?
Value of B, yes. 6 plus 5, 11.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So the expression gets solved. Then it's
Why is a warning generated, sir?
yeah. Actually, multiple unsequence modification. Actually, this is not the thing that we need to do here. A plus 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 A. It is known as unsequence modification. It should be do first A plus plus, and then after that A plus plus, and then B is equal to A plus A. So it might get confusing. So that's why they are it is get generated the warning that you should not use this way.
Okay,
If you
sir.
want to increment, first increment, then use it.
Okay.
Just I'm making the change. Now tell me the reason. Now the same technique you should follow. Or instead of this, okay, let it be here. I'm doing here. Okay. Now tell me the answer. Just modify a program.
Six. Become 6.
What is A? A is 7. Huh? A is 7. No doubt. A is 7 because
B
A
is 12, sir.
Well, sir.
12.
B is
So,
12.
12. Just check it out. B is 12. Correct. What happened here?
hmm.
Now plus plus A. Plus plus A. What the plus A thing? First increment, and then that incremented value goes here. Okay. Now next one is plus plus A. It means that first apply value
It lasts
and then
and then it like
increment. So 6 plus 6, 7. 6 plus 6 is 12. B is 12 and A is 7. Got it?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Using this technique, so most of the people, I think out of the 100 students, actually only the 10% of the student get able to solve this type of the questions only, and you are the one of it. So you know that formula, how it is get solved. This table is very important one. This table very important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
it's already 12:30. So I think we should stop. So any doubt, if you have any doubt, then you can share with me. Are you able to install the Ubuntu operating system, or are you using that VirtualBox? In that VirtualBox, you are using Ubuntu, or you are using
Online.
Online.
Online C compiler.
online C compiler? Yeah. Okay, correct.
Sir,
No problem.
so the if the expression is like plus plus A plus A plus plus, that is first is pre and later it is post, answer will be same, no sir? Well,
This one, na?
yes sir. No,
This one.
yes sir.
First pre and then post.
Oh,
Just solve it. 5. So 5 get applied and A get incremented. Then after that, A is incremented.
7.
Then that incremented value is applied here.
7.
So 7 plus 5 is 12. So answer is B is 12, A is 7. Got it?
okay, sir.
Any other?
Sir, I installed that Ubuntu, but in that, can you like read how to read input from the user, sir? Like usually we assign A is equal to 3 or A is equal to 4, like in the program itself.
Okay, so for that purpose, you have to suppose a variable I want to take from the user. Okay.
Yeah.
Suppose there is a marks as there, marks 1 subject, different subject marks 2. Okay, I need to take these 2 variables from the user. So first I am giving the enter the marks of subject 1. Okay, so this is only for the information for the user, that what you need to input, and then for taking the input we generally use scanf function. Now what you need to scan? Integer, so that's a %d, the format specifier, and then after that where you want to store these marks? In the marks address of marks. Okay, now this is the first marks, and second marks again I am taking marks 2, and here marks 2. Got it?
Yeah.
And suppose I want to print it here. I want to print here the addition of the 2 marks. Then addition is equal to comma marks 1 plus marks 2. Very simple. So when you run it, so it will undefined identify MA RKS MA RKS. Okay, marks builds. Okay, so again, what is the problem? Warning. Okay, %d I have not given here.
Addition is equal to %d %.
Yes.
So no need to scan this, sir.
Yeah, I have scanned.
No, scanf again after printf addition. Don't we have to give scanf is equal to %?
Why scanf? Because addition you are calculating. You are calculating the addition. So you are not taking the addition from the user.
Okay.
Sir, without using scanf in printf only, we can store the value, no, sir?
No, printf is for the output purpose. This
Okay,
is
sir.
for output. Okay, if you want to display anything on your console, the printf is there. But what is scanf? If you want to take the user input, then actually we are using scan. Scanf means scan from the console.
So
Scan from the
this, like we are using scanf now because we will be entering the data and then we'll be getting the output now, sir. So by chance, if I am defining the marks already in the program, like a data type marks1 is equal to something, then scanf is not required, sir.
not required. But what is the drawback of that program? That program will always take the marks as a suppose 45 and marks as 65. It is always give the result as 110.
Correct.
But what is the actually happen in when I'm taking the scanf? Your addition will be totally depends on your user input.
Yes.
Whatever the user input is there, your output is always changed there. Got it?
Yeah, sir.
Okay.
So now you're compiling in, is it nano compiler like in Ubuntu? What you're doing right now?
Okay, so for nano compilation, actually, okay, cdc lang underscore practice nano, suppose user input dot c, and here I'm pasting that program that you have taken. Okay, so this is my program, control X, Y, enter, and then after that GCC, then user input dot C, and then dot slash a dot out. So it will ask for the marks. What is the marks of subject 1? Suppose 67, marks of this second mark 78, and the addition is 145. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So for user input, always prefer that nano editor for user input if you want to get the user input.
Okay, so on online, like online compiler, we can't take user input, sir, or can we take? Is that option available?
User input online C compiler. I don't have tested actually because I never use that user input. I'm always inputting the value in the program itself.
Okay.
Interactive console, yeah, it is there. Interactive console.
Okay.
Suppose just I'm using scanf %d, comma, address of A and integer A, and the value of A is equal to %d, comma A. Okay, so let me try it. So it is waiting. So I'm inputting 34. So value of A is 34. Perfectly fine.
Okay.
So you can add the printf statement before the scanf, that is enter the value of A, and then you can run it. Now here it will ask you enter the value of A is suppose for 56. So value of A is 56. Okay, so it will support the user input. Just you need to select that interactive console. Okay, so any other doubt?
No, sir.
No? Okay. So I think
For the PPT,
your audio is not clear.
so in the PPT there is an
Again the audio drop.
sir in the PPT there is an Excel
I'm not getting your audio. So can you just type your,
Is wherein you have given converting. Yeah, sir. Yeah.
just type whatever you want to tell in chat window.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು.
You have given a exercise for converting mathematical expression into, yes. Can we get the answers? Okay, so you can check the answers. Just share your answer, whatever, where you have solved on your group. I will check it. Hmm?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Just share the snapshot. This is my website actually, where actually you can get the courses, online courses. I'm also selling the different types of the online courses there. Currently, I'm selling the Python course. Python. So it is actually preparing state. After the 15 to 10 days, 10 to 15 days, actually it is getting ready. And after completing this C language, actually you can get this Python course on this platform itself. Okay, where you can learn it in an infinite time. It is a lifetime access there. Okay, and again, for you have connected with me through this meetings, so that's why I'm ready to give you some discounts here. Actually, the course price is 9,999 for others, but definitely you will get some amount discounted on this amount here. Okay, so actually it is in a preparation stage. I'm recording my all the sessions, and then I will store that session on this platform. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I think I have cleared your doubts, today's doubts. So tomorrow actually we'll start with the decision control structure. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.